Good afternoon, everyone. Uh, Thank you for coming. I'm Ruth Finalstein from Hope at Hand. Hope at Hand is a local nonprofit that provides poetry therapy programming for at-risk youth in North Florida. We also host Jack's Poetry Fest every April, which is free of charge and is funded um, by a variety of arts and culture grants, which we will talk about at the end of the program. During the presentation, I will upload QR codes and URLs to direct you to both donation and survey pages. If you have to leave early, please download these before you go. We'd really appreciate your feedback and support if you so choose. I'm now turning the presentation over to our facilitator today, Connie Worthy. So if you would be so kind, Connie, take it away.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. I am so excited to have you guys here. Um, so we also have Wendy from Oregon along I'm embarrassed sometimes when I can't read words, but Alsea River. And Jaden says,
Yeah, that's it.
yeah. And Jaden says, I'm heading home, but listening attentively. We're so glad to have you here, and whatever level you're able to participate, just be safe, whatever you're doing. The only rule is to be kind and respectful to yourself and others. Everything I say, everything I recommend is just that, a recommendation. And so this group will function most effectively if everyone taps into their own inner knowing, their own wisdom, their own intuition. And so, like I said, we will have some prompts and suggestions. But if a suggestion comes up and you feel called to write about something different, listen to that voice, right? Like listen to that instinct. If for some reason you're triggered by something that I invite you to write about, notice that and choose something that feels safer and more aligned with where you are today, right? There's absolutely no right or wrong to this. It's intuitive, it will be collaborative, and we will see what comes up together. So does anyone have any questions before we get started? Okay, so we will, the group will be set up in some small, like 3-minute specific writing segments, and then we'll have a little bit of time to kind of wrap it up, and then we will have time to share, which is, I think, the best part. It's amazing. Someone will read and it's like, how can anyone top that? And then the next person reads and it's like, that's unique and amazing in its own way. And it's mind blowing. And also know though, that you do not have to be a professional writer to share. You do not have, like, there's absolutely no expectation in the amount that you share, the quality of the work that you share. Meet us wherever you are and bring whatever it is that you feel comfortable letting us hear. Okay. And so also know that sharing is optional. So please do not censor yourself in your writing because you don't want us maybe to know everything that's on your paper, because at the end of it, you get to decide how much or how little you disclose. Okay, so make this your experience, make this fun. If you have any questions, feel free to just write them in the chat, either to the group or to me. I am here and I'm so pumped that you're here with me. All right, so I'm going to share my screen. Okay. So collaborative poetry to harness your inner strength. All right, so we talked a little bit about earlier, specifically what drew you guys to the session. A lot of curiosity, interest in writing. If there's anything else at this point specific that you want me to know, please feel free to just put that in the chat so I can be mindful of that and, go with you, right? You all are leading this just as much as I am, so. Okay. So does everyone have a writing utensil and something to write on? Okay. grab that if not. And our first prompt is, what does the word strength mean to you? So just take 3 minutes to kind of ponder and free write. What does the word strength mean to you? Okay, take a deep breath in and know that if any specific topic calls to you and you're not ready to move on, honor that. Okay. So the next prompt is, who is the strongest person you know and why? Who is the strongest person you know and why? Okay, take a deep breath in and let it go. Next prompt is, what would you tell that person, the strongest person you know, if they doubted their strength? So when you think of that person that is so strong and you consider them doubting themselves, what would you tell them? And take a deep breath in and let it go. For those of you who joined us in this last segment, feel free to hop in wherever you are. There's absolutely no time that is too late. The previous prompts were, who's the smartest person you know and why? And what would you tell them if they doubted their inner strength? So that's relevant. And that the next prompt is, how would you feel if you knew you were just as strong as the strongest person you know? How would you feel? What would you do? What would life be like? Whatever comes up, 3 minutes to free write. Okay. Take a deep breath in and let it go. Yes. Is that L or Eli? My vision is bad. L, I think. Yes, I will put the prompts in there, and you can jump in wherever you are. These are all meant to be intuitive. And so if there's anything that you feel most strongly called to write about, go with that. These are suggestions, and we have some writing prompts throughout, then some time to kind of encapsulate what you've written, and then sharing, which will be where we get to the collaborative part. So the next question prompt is, what is the strongest you have ever been? What is the strongest you have ever been? Okay, take a deep breath in and let it go. Don't look. Okay. What allowed you to cultivate that level of strength? So, what were the resources you had access to internally and externally? What was it you knew about yourself? What was it that anything at all, no right or wrong, what allowed you to cultivate that level of strength? Okay. Take a deep breath in and let it go. How did it feel in your body to know your strength? And how does it feel in your body now to remember how strong you are? What does strength feel like? Okay, take a deep breath in and let that go. Last of these prompts. What would you need to hear or remember if you ever began to doubt your strength? What would you need to hear or remember? Okay, take a deep breath in and let that go. Now, the next 3 minutes, just take time to kind of synthesize what you have on your paper. What pieces of your writing do you feel most inspired by, called to? And just free write whatever came up for you. No judgment, no right or wrong. Just notice where you are and what you have. Okay. All right, just get to a comfortable stopping point wherever you are. Thank you guys so much. Would anyone like to share what they wrote or what came up for them? Either or. It can be fragments of what you wrote, it can be your summary, it can be the full thing, or you can share the experience if that feels what you're called to share and you haven't gotten it on paper yet. Anything at all. Mari, yes, would love to hear from you.
This was very powerful. I'll give you a mishmash, but
Yeah.
uh, it just brought me to a very deep space. And I can't say that I was exactly expecting it, but I'm happy to be in it. But I think it was all the prompts leading into it. Um, Forgive me if I overshare, but it's just the way I am. I come from a very, very abusive background, and my mom died a victim of elder abuse. And I believe that that is the complication of domestic violence and abuse over the decades. But the long and short of it is what came through from all of this was love. And my mom was obviously, it, first of all, abused by my father and then abused by her youngest son. When I returned to Ireland, I saw these things over time, and I the end result was I spent 8 weeks by her bedside protecting her from her youngest son. And I did that 24/7. I lived on the west side of Ireland, and I would travel up and around and come down because she was in Wexford. I realized at the time it was very toxic. I was trying to remain focused on my mom and keep her protected because all the systems weren't helping. They were just the way they are. But my husband would remind me to just remember my mom and that that was why I was there. So I really believe I have taken on my mom's strength, which is what allowed her to survive all of what she survived. But I am coming away with the gift of love, and that will allow me to tell her story and my story. And I think it will offer hope to everybody that has gone through something like that. And I'm just going to give you the little bit of this last one, which was to pull together pieces, and it's just a very small little bit. I can tell your story, Mom. Stay on task by celebrating your loves, mine. Let us free, let us free, show how to make it out of a childhood war zone. Gold filaments knitted and stitched through every scar to sing us home. Thank you for this beautiful space, Connie, and everybody else here. Thank you for letting me get into that space. Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing with us. Yeah. And what was the gold filaments?
I'm really into kintsugi, the Japanese art of the
Yeah.
cracks. Yeah. Yes, precisely. And so that's kind of where that was coming from. To actually highlight those scarred spaces and to bring the beauty of them out, because there is a beauty and a strength in them. And I
Yeah.
think that's kind of where I'm coming from. So I'm loving your plate. That's gorgeous.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you.
Shulamit said, novelty to think about my own strength, the possibilities and dimensions and contributions too. And Renee said, Mari, that is so sad. I cannot imagine witnessing that. Must have been so painful. I'm sorry. And Shulamit sent you prayer hands and love. Thank you. Would anyone else like to share anything they wrote or what came up for them? Jaden? Yeah, I would love to hear from you. Is that your hand up? Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, my hand is up.
and is it Jaden? Is that how you say it?
Yeah, that's my name.
Awesome. Awesome. Hello.
Okay, hi everyone. My name is Jaden, and um I'm 19. I'm a student athlete, and I just kind of want to give you guys like just a little bit of what I wrote and everything.
Thank you.
Well, real quick background. I don't know if you guys know, but like being a student athlete is really taxing. It's hard. Um, Not only do you have to stay on top of your grades and your schoolwork, but you have to be about your business when it comes to the sport that you play. Um, you have eyes on you all the time. There's a target on your back all the time just because of maybe the sport you're associated with or your gender or whatever. And a lot of the time we have stigmas on us student athletes that we only care about the sport and that we're athlete students and that we don't, we're only here just to participate in the sport and we don't really care about our education. And I think a lot of those things aren't true. I can speak for myself and many others when I say that there are a lot of us that care about our education and what we learn and what we want to do after this.
Yeah.
So, some more information. The physical aspect, it's very draining and is very taxing on your body, especially when, people suffer from sustained injuries or things like that, which I have myself, which is why I'm talking about this because that's what I wrote about. So, the way I define strength is someone having the ability to persevere past educational or societal or cultural barriers, and they have knowledge, like they're knowledgeable about it and they're vocal about it. It's no use. I feel like the knowledge that you have is no use when you keep it to yourself and you're not vocal about it and you don't spread it and share it.
Yeah.
And the strongest that I've been, like I said, I had sustained a season ending injury. And I thought, like, I never once thought like it would be over for me, if that makes sense. And I said that um, what allowed me to cultivate that level of strength that I got after that was my will to be successful at the sport that I play and my love for the sport. I play basketball and I love playing basketball and I wanted to progress in my athletic career. And I just thought like in order to do that, to get to where I want to be, I can't just quit. So my that was the emotional strength that I had, but the physical strength, of course, I opted to have surgery and do physical therapy and everything that I needed to just to get back to where I wanted to be instead of just saying I got hurt and I'm done. Like I never wanted to be done. So I thought I wasn't finished. So I took the steps that I needed to take in order to keep moving forward and keep progressing in my career. So I had to push and heal and overcome that injury and like all of the other obstacles that came with it. And it felt in the moment like when I had got hurt, um, I ended up missing an entire summer, an entire senior season of basketball. But luckily, I was given the opportunity to still play at the collegiate level. So this would be my freshman season had just passed. And when I say like I've gained so much, I've grown as a player. Um, I've gained a lot of success. I had a lot of successful moments. I had a successful season overall. I gained a lot of achievements, a lot of awards and things that were attached to my name that I never like, and I've never accomplished this much before I got hurt. So I feel like I had to get hurt in order to go through, like I had to go through that in order to gain everything that I have now. And so when I think about like sometimes like if I'm having maybe a bad practice or maybe I had a bad game and I'm thinking about like how down I feel in the moment about my current performance, I think about what I've been through before and how far I came. And at the time after my surgery, I literally couldn't even walk. And like now, like I'm up, I'm moving. So just to be glad that I'm able to still practice and play and do what I love. Having one bad practice or maybe a bad game doesn't deter me, because I know the low places that I've come from.
Yeah.
So that helps me like kind of realign myself. And it makes me like, it helps me reclaim my strength when I feel like I lost it in the moment. And it just makes me feel like if I got through that, then I can get through whatever else, I can get through anything. So I just wanted to share that. That's everything that I like wrote and stuff.
Thank you so much for sharing that. Thank you. And it sounds like your plate is unbelievably full. And so that you took time for yourself to be here and do all the things is incredible. So thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Let's see, we have some comments in the chat. Yeah, hold on to who you are. Really powerful things. Your words are pure, distilled strength. If there's skeletons in your closet, take them out to dance. Take them out and dance with them. So that's what I'm doing. Would anyone else like to share anything that came up? Oh, I have a poem. Hold on. Abisha, can I read your poem aloud? Okay. Or would you rather read it?
No, I think you can go ahead.
Okay. Okay. The boredom. The boredom of standing on a bridge, numbing cold. Trigger warning. Cutting umbilical cords, some blood lingers on my shoulders. How light does, freedom feels. Collecting pieces. I am broken enough to become mosaic. That's beautiful. That's so beautiful. Yeah. Thank you. Mari is gasping. Stunning. Wowza. Yeah.
Thank you.
Anyone else want to share anything? Yeah, we can recognize our own strength when we offer it to others. Absolutely. Yeah. And that's part of why the prompts transpired in the way they did, right? Kind of opening up to seeing someone else's strength opens that door, right? And then it can be a little bit easier. Not always easy, but a little easier to then look to yourself. So yeah. Chris, your hand is raised. Would love to hear from you.
Yeah, one of the things I was lucky was that my parents were both very different, but very strong people. But it set a very high standard to live up to, and it took me a very long time to realize that sometimes strength can be its own form of self-sabotage. And the thing that being strong came across to me was we need to remind ourselves that sometimes we can let go the need to be strong.
Yeah.
Sometimes we're tempted to push too far and to prove to ourselves and others that we're somehow invincible or unbreakable, and that's inhuman. But it's the failing, it's the breaking, it's the moment when we release strength that begins that road back to healing. Because it's to your lowest point, that you can really experience the blessing and the wonder of the love and the strength and support that those who love you can offer. And it would be a shame to never experience that or give them that opportunity.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So powerful. So powerful. And it wasn't you in the chat that asked how we define strength, was it? Or was it? No. But yeah, I mean, I think that's a really, really wonderful point, right? Because so often we talk about strength just as this like, but strength can be letting go. Strength can be accepting that something no longer serves you. Strength can be in surrender. And that's a really beautiful point. Thank you. Thank you. Anything else? Mari said great insight. Yeah. Anything else that anyone would like to share before I read some of what came up today? A deeper space than I expected, but I'm happy to be in it. The long and short of it is love. The strength of my mother and the gift of hope to everyone else. I can tell your story now, Mom. Show others how to use gold filaments to bring out the beauty in the scars. Things can be so taxing and hard. A target on my back and eyes on me at all times. Stumped by the stigma. My strength is in my ability to persevere past barriers with knowledge and vocalization. My will to be successful and my love of the sport. Strength from knowing I cannot just quit. I am not finished. I will take the steps I need to keep moving forward. I have gained and grown so much. I had to get hurt to go through this, to gain the gratitude, realignment, and reclaim my strength. I've been through worse, and I can make it through more. Sometimes I recognize my own strength when I offer it to others. A reminder, hold on to who you are. Your words are pure, distilled strength. Take the skeletons out to dance, even when some blood lingers on. I will collect the pieces. I am broken enough to become a mosaic. I will note when it's important to move on, and I will be mindful of when strength can become self-sabotage. Sometimes it's important to let go. Sometimes the moment we release the strength, our lowest point, can lead us to the healing.
What a stunning, absolutely stunning and gutting and beautiful and colorful and vibrant piece of work from everybody. My God.
Thank you guys so much. Yeah, broken enough to become a mosaic. Just link through, yeah. Take the skeletons out to dance. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I don't know if any of you like any hard rock at all, but there is an Evanescence song that is one of my favorite songs of all time. It's from their newer album. It's called Broken Pieces Shine. And it's just beautiful. And to me, it gives me this image of, the kintsugi or like a disco ball, right? It's like a disco ball is a thing that was broken, but because it was broken is why it is so vibrant and beautiful. And so if you like heavier music at all, check that out. It is one of my favorites. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to hear your words and reread them. I will be sending out an email for this collaborative piece. I want to make sure that you guys all approve what was written, how some things are reworded as I took notes. So I want your approval, and then we'll send it out to the group. Oh, I need this poem on my
What was
wall.
the name of the group again? What was the name of the group? Broken Pieces Shine.
Oh, Evanescence.
Thank you.
Evanescence, yeah.
Okay, well, thank you, Connie, so much for
Thank
that.
you guys so much.
Yes,
Thank
yes.
you all for being here. This is such a
Dynamite,
pleasure.
people, dynamite.
Yay. Okay, so I just want to wrap up the program. I'm going to share a real quick slide screen. Your feedback matters. We'd like to have you help us to continue providing workshops by completing this short survey. This is a QR code, and that's also in the chat. We want to thank our sponsors. These are some of our larger sponsors, but also thank our individual sponsors for helping us have the funds to do Jack's Poetry Fest and also the poetry therapy sessions that we do around Northeast Florida with our students. And also, if you could support Jack's Poetry Fest, here's the QR code, and also the URL is in the chat. And with that, we're going to wrap this up. I hope you go and sign up for more free workshops. So have a great day and hope to see you all soon at another workshop. Thank you so much, Connie, for today's wonderful collaborative workshop.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
And Mari encouraged everyone to free write some more after this. She knows there's a lot of creativity bubbling. She can feel it all over Zoom. Yeah, and Shulameh said, our words have the strength to raise a spirit. Our touch has the strength to strengthen a heart. Have the courage to share your personal strength. Yeah, what a great closing. Thank you guys so much for being here.
Okay.
Thank you, Connie.
Bye.